morning, and thank you for joining us this morning. My name is Kayode Shopekon. We shall be taking a look at Nigeria's rating as touching corruption and the responses and reactions that this rating has generated from the different spheres and different individuals within the country. I remain your host, Kayode Shopekon. Joining us on the show this morning is a political analyst and a social commentator. We have Dr. Dayo Kayode joining us on the show this morning to discuss this issue. Doctor, you're welcome this morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you today? Nice for having me on your set.
We thank God. We thank God. So quickly, without taking much of your time, we shall be discussing the rating of Nigeria by the Transparency International. The organization came out with their rating some days ago, and they rated Nigeria as the second most corrupt nation in West Africa. How does this come across to you, considering the fact that Nigeria has been fighting corruption for the past 5 to 6 years? How does this come across to you?
Yes, we have to look at it from different perspectives. If not, some other people will not understand what Transparency International is talking about. Like if you look at one of today's papers, federal government is denying it, that we are not the second most corrupt nation in West Africa. But the issue is corruption is beyond stealing money. Even when you don't do what you swore with the constitution to do, it is also corruption. It is also corruption. When you are favoring one particular ethnic more than other various ethnics within your polity, it is also corruption. When you cannot give people under you who have submitted their sovereignty for you, and you cannot give them adequate safety that to store with the condition that you will give, it is also corruption. When the people you are governing are suffering, they cannot live sustainably within the polity, it is also corruption. Even let's put that one aside. We got to also look at various projects within the political space. How are you executing these projects? Let's say, for instance, the railways that are being constructed in Nigeria now. How much are we constructing our own per kilometer? How much are other nations constructing theirs per kilometer? All right, that is also another aspect. Those people that are alleged to have also stolen money, to what extent have you been able to bring them to book? To what extent have you been able to bring them to book? Because we have a lot of allegations of people in government here and there. To what extent have you been able to bring them to book? Or what is the percentage of them that have been able to brought to book?
Doctor, let me quickly add one or two things to what you have just pinpointed. Within the few years that President Muhammad Buhari has spent as the head of government and head of state, there's been lots and lots of scandals, starting with the Abdul Rashid Maina case with the pensioners' money that went missing, going to the recent issue of Magu, the head of Economic, Financial Crimes and Commission, that has just been scandalized. And the president or the spokesman of the president is still saying that the ratings of TI is faulty. How does this come across to you? Or how do you relate to this?
Yes. These are the issues that I was trying to point out. Minor case is there. Okay. Who brought him in? You know, Minor have been sacked before now.
Yeah.
He have been sacked before now. So who brought him in? Who also signed the old money that was supposed to pay him again? All right. The issue of former boss of EFCC. How far have we gone about it? Even leave that alone. The issue of 500 million that was used to cut grass. What has happened to it? The Malabu scandal. What has happened to it? The whole money that has been spent on provision, supposed provision for electricity. Where is that money? These are issues. All right. Now again, the old people that have been caught in this banditry in this country, what has also happened to them? Were they not released back into the society? These are all the things that Transparency International uses as their index to measure whether a particular country is corrupt or not.
Okay, so let's take a look at some of the analysis of Transparency International, or some of the results that Nigeria has garnered over the years from Transparency International's corruption survey. In 2016, Nigeria scored 28 points. In 2017, Nigeria scored 27 points. 2018 as well, Nigeria scored 27 points. And in 2019, Nigeria scored 26 points. Now, this looks to me like a law of diminishing return. We were initially going up. We were initially going up, and then all of a sudden, and yet, the presidency still claims to be fighting corruption. Now, it looks to me like corruption is fighting back, or we are just mouthing the fight and not really doing anything. What would you say to this?
You see, my issue with this government since its inception is that they cannot walk the talk. This administration came in on a mantra of, well, look, we are going to fight corruption. To what extent now have they been able to fight the corruption? We're all aware of the issue of traders' money.
Yeah.
During the COVID-19 lockdown. How are we able to satisfy the people with that money? We're also aware that National Assembly queried the, I think, finance minister at that time. And she said, yes, all the documents that they use in distributing this money here and there is at AGF's office. How many hours thereafter? The AGF's office got burnt. So what has happened to the documents that are claimed to be there? So these are all issues. These are all issues. Rather than them to now fight corruption headlong, you see this government now saying corruption is fighting back corruption. Which corruption is fighting back corruption? Look at a particular governor. Don't let me mention his name. A particular governor in the Southeast who was adjudged corrupt and was about to be jailed. But because he contributed to this election or to the election of this administration, he was given a ministerial appointment. So what has happened to his corruption case? Incidentally, even the person that was to jail him, the two of them were in the same ministry. And the other guy now said, no, this one cannot be in my ministry. This one now said, no, I cannot work with this one. There was a lot of problem there before they were eventually separated. So these are issues, and the whole world, they are watching us. Transparency International, they have their information. They have their people that give them information. So if you're now telling me that what they have said is rubbish, no. Let us look at those indexes that were used critically to know whether, yes, you are fighting corruption or not. So these are issues, my brother. There are a whole load of them there, and they are all in the public space that anybody can see. It's not about that maybe somebody hates the administration or not. No, those issues are there in the public space that anybody can go there and verify.
True.
Look at the issue of the IG now. Everybody, is it just today that the federal government knows that the IG is supposed to retire today? So who is to take over from him? No preparedness. It's still corruption. Because it is because you are now saying, yeah, you want to rush somebody in there. It is still corruption. So corruption is beyond the embezzling of money. Corruption involves you not doing what you are supposed to do under any guise. You might be hiding under any guise. It's corruption.
All right, doctor. Let me also ask you this, or let me say this. Garba Shehu, the spokesman of the president.
Yes.
I like to read what he said. He says,
yes,
the administration of PMB should be credited for lighting the flames of anti-corruption, not only in Nigeria, but globally.
Yes.
He goes further to
right.
say that the people behind the TI, that's Transparency International, are people in Nigeria who are against the Buhari's administration.
Yes.
How did
you know why?
Okay.
Garba Shehu is very, very correct, 100%. You know why it's correct?
Why, sir?
Because he is saying what he is being paid for to say. He is saying, Garba Shehu is saying what he is being paid for to say. Before you can give even a statement further analysis, further evaluation, let us do a random sampling on the street of Lagos, on the street of Abuja, on the street of even Kanu and Katsina, and let us hear what people will say. They will tell you that this particular administration is more corrupt than any other administration we ever had. And why is it so? Because they played on the intelligence of the people to come into power. And so they think that they can keep on playing upon the intelligence of the people. It is just a pity. And even if you do a ransom sampling of all of them that put us together to bring in this administration, you're going to find out that nothing less than 70% of them are now against and have even turned their back against this government. I can count names for you. No renowned names in Nigeria that then supported this administration to come in. But now they are saying, oh, we regretted ever supporting this government to come in.
Okay. Let me also ask this question. Mr. Lai Mohammed has also come out, after Garba Shehu said his own. Mr. Lai Mohammed too has also come out to say that some records are missing. That is, while taking the survey, some records that Transparency International needed to have used in carrying out the survey must have gone missing or are missing. And so the results of the survey cannot be taken to heart or cannot be taken to book because it does not seem correct. How does it sound to you?
You see, Mr. Lai Mohammed is not somebody that is new to everybody in this country. In fact, how tenable is it for a whole minister to say some records are missing? Under whose nose? as those records missed under Usnos. When were those records? When did they get missing? When they were rating them high at the other time, what was Lai Mohammed's reaction? Now that these people are now giving you, a far, far below rating, they are now saying some records are missing. Is that not a way of trying to say, yes, Transparency International, you have not done your job. We are fighting corruption. Let us forget even the records. It's not about what are we seeing? What is it that we are seeing? What are the things that are in the news that we are reading? All right? How much money? Look at the missing money of recent in NNPC. How did that money got missing? These are issues. These are information that are in the public domain. They can't get missing. Before Transparency International can come out and say that, they have their defenses. Look at their report for last year. But the federal government said it was going to take Transparency International to court. Have they been able to take Transparency International to court since last year when they gave their last report? These are issues that all of us need to look at. You can fool all of the people some of the time. You cannot fool all of the people all of the time. It's not possible.
So, Doctor, what is the way out of this situation? What is the way out of this mess that we have found ourselves in?
Great. The way out is for people to come together. To come together as one, with one voice, and elect leaders that are capacious, leaders that has character, and leaders that are having compassion on the people. Without that, we ain't going to get anywhere. You should bring in leaders that are not capacious, that doesn't know what we call economic theory application, that doesn't know how to bring one model and then know how to adapt it to your own environment, then we'll be in trouble. And that is what is happening to us now. Because in London, in UK, in US, in Europe, they are having lockdown, which we say we want to have lockdown. Forgetting that we have to understand our own situation and then apply what is supposed to be. What is supposed to be. Africa is different from UK. Africa is different from US. And that's why I said, even though we have COVID-19 in Africa, but COVID-19 is what it is to them in America, in UK, as malaria is to us in Africa.
True.
And those people, it's not that they don't often have traces of malaria over there. They do. But it is not as rampant as it is in Africa. Today, I was looking at the figures given by this disease control, whatever.
NCDC.
How many people in Nigeria till today has been tested to be having COVID-19? Not up to 200,000. Not up to that. But look how many people that have died over there. So it's incomparable. So how can you now say because of people they are going on lockdown, you want to go on lockdown in Nigeria? No. Even when you even look at it comparatively in terms of population, you want to compare the population of United Kingdom with that of Nigeria? Or you want to compare that of Germany with that of Nigeria? No. No. So the issue is we have to get leaders that has capacity. Again, leaders that are having character, that knows that the accident that happened at Ilorin or so, Kwara State, over the weekend,
Yes.
that killed over 15 people, is caused by embezzlement of by those people who are supposed to have done that road. So it is people that has character that can think like that. It is people that has character that knows that, look, if educational system in Nigeria is not working well, that means we are eating our future. Because when the youths of tomorrow are not well equipped, how do you expect them to perform creditably by the time you hand over to them? Because either you like it or not, one day you will leave that stage, either naturally or artificially.
Yes.
So who takes over? Who takes over? It is people that has character that we know that, look, hospital must be well equipped with modern facilities so that people can get treated whenever they are having issues. It is people that are having compassion, that we know that, look, these people are just coming back from 6 months lockdown without economic activities. Don't let me increase pump prices of fuel. Don't let me increase the electricity tariff. But when you don't have people that have compassion, they will do that. Look at Morocco. I just heard from the news this morning that Morocco will be giving COVID vaccine free of charge to citizens. But here, ordinary to test, you have to bribe them.
Before you can get tested.
Even the governor, ordinary malaria, they say we should consider anybody that is having malaria as having COVID so that they can be pumping money to your state. Can you imagine? And when they pump that money to your state, you put it in your pocket. What do you want to use that money for? Nothing. It will just be there. The old vehicles parked in your compound, what are you using them for? These are issues. So people should do this evaluation about who governs them. Without we doing that, it's going to be the same ball game over and over again. That is one. Two, government should also come up or evoke the punitive measures in our constitution as regards people that are embezzling our money, people that are not doing what they are supposed to do, and then forget about sacred cows. Because when you don't punish distractors, everybody will want to get there and also do whatever they like to do, with the belief that when I finish, I will just bribe them and that will be the end. So all these issues must have to be put together and then develop a conceptual perspective. And I repeat, a conceptual perspective. To read, conceptual perspective in terms of knowing what to do at any point in time with all situations.
Doctors, I think we need to round off at this point. I must say a very big thank you to you for honoring us and for giving us your time and for sharing with us your thoughts, on corruption and how far it has eaten into the fabric of the nation. Thank you very much once again.
Yeah. It's my pleasure anytime. Thank you
very much, sir.